Good morning, it's Jonathan Barrett with the morning debrief. Apologies, it's a little bit late, but we just flew in from Hong Kong, which, mind you, was exciting. A lot of things happening over there at the moment, trust me. So a lot of action, a lot of volatility, yeah, just a lot of commerce going on. We're over there for the money show, and look, it's pretty good. I think there's some good things happening in Hong Kong, particularly as it is the gateway to China. A lot of building. Anyway, that's why we're a bit late, because we're just flown in. So anyway, let's get on to what happened overnight in the markets, which was quite exciting indeed. The Dow had a turnaround night. It was down up 69 points at 11,204. The major news we have, I think, was sheer optimism over recovery, and I think that was the positive thing that caused this lift. Mind you, we're only retracing some of the losses throughout the week, but we certainly managed to have a weekly gain, so that was quite positive. Obviously, G20, credible plans to exit stimulus packages. Could be a consequence there for interest rates. We also saw that the Fed may raise rates in the fourth quarter if US employment gains. This is the key, employment. If, in fact, we do get stronger employment, then we could have that inflationary concern, and we could have the Fed put in a preemptive move. So that in itself, I think, is quite an interesting thing to focus on. At the moment, we do know US employment is still quite high, unemployment still quite high, and that does remain a bit of a concern. Let's see. Obviously, they're the main bits of news that came out, but it's certainly optimism that certainly helped the market. Also, we had new home sales in the US, and that jumped the most since 1963. So looks like we do have a little bit of a bounce underway, and that is quite positive. Okay, just the Dow was up, the S&P was up 8.6, the Nasdaq was up 11.08. Just having a look at the European numbers, and the Stoic was up 20 at 29.18, FTSE up 58, the DAX up 90, and the CAC up at 26. Obviously, that DAX had some very, very solid gains over the course of the week, so that's quite positive there. Obviously, I think a little bit more to do with IMF, Greece, all those sorts of things, trying to sort out their problems. Okay, let's have a look at some of the markets. Let's look at the dollar index. Now, this was quite interesting. I've been an advocate of dollar strength for a while, and we had this correction last night. Now, whether it's a correction, a continuation of dollar strength, I don't know, but I still feel that the market, because of their sheer positive optimism over the economics, they sold the dollar quite sharply. But it has managed to come back. For those that followed my tweeters, yeah, late last night, probably, yeah, late last night before the US opened, I took profits on gold, I took profits on the soybeans, and I closed out half of my Aussie positions. Just a little bit concerned as to what was happening there. And, well, it's quite an amazing run there on the gold. But anyway, let's have a look at the dollar index. There's the dollar index here. A little bit of a bounce off here, but there is a potential for a double top up here at the moment. But if we break through this trend line here, then the US dollar weakens for a little while. Now, let's have a look at what happened for the gold market. As you can see, that's a strong move, a very strong move for gold. And I think a lot of people, look at it, just in an hour, just sort of bang, up she came. And I think that new home sales is probably suggesting that we could get some inflationary pressures coming through. And if that's the case, then it was preemptive, and that's why they decided to take it higher. So a little bit of preemptive move there. 11.57, we did actually close the position around that 11.39, so I was quite happy about that, which was good. Now on the Aussie, so let's stick on the metals. Copper, we do have a small short copper. I am thinking about turning that around. We are short from reasonable levels, 347 and a half, so nothing too dangerous at the moment, but as I said, I think I might think about taking that off. I don't like this sort of formation here, because this is the breach. This is a consolidation move here that could actually see it back up through 360, maybe even higher. So I'm thinking about long and hard. I can actually buy a dip and put a stop below that area, and that's probably something I'd look at. So I am short, but thinking of turning that around. Crude market, obviously with optimism, you've got to start to think up she went. Quite volatile there, looking positive, and 85 is where she's trading. Let's see what happens. Probably to even test that higher end if this dollar weakness stays with us. On the local market, so yeah, on the local market, the SPY was up a little bit, had a low of 48.65. I will be shutting that down as soon as I can, because I just feel that I have been short the SPY and I feel that this is a strong move. It could last for a few days and see it back up through that 4,950 level. So I'm going to look to unwind that short there with a little bit of profit. So really that's probably about the main things for the week, and I think that's probably about it. So I guess when you look at it for the weekend, have a think about a few things, see whether or not this economies or the global economies will continue to pick up, how that will affect the dollar, obviously through weak dollar sentiment. Look at some of the positions we've currently got on. Copper, we're thinking of coming back on that one. The SPY, we're thinking of closing our short position. Let's see what happens there. It's only small, so it's not going to kill us. And also thinking of closing down that short Aussie we've had for a while, a long US dollar position. But that's about it for me. I hope you have a good day. And obviously this is the morning debrief for Saturday. Saturday the 24th of April. If not, we'll speak to you next week. Bye now.